Hey, 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 what's going on, YouTube fam? This is Lindsay Nita, and I wanted to jump in a little bit early tonight. We're going to talk about God, I don't trust you. Let's jump into it because so many people don't want to admit that. Let's get it out there. There are a lot of Christians who do not trust God, who go to church every Sunday, who believe him, have a head knowledge of him, go, I trust you. But then when like the spit hits the fan, it's like, where are you? And we wonder and we wonder. And so I wanted to kind of address that a little bit because I know there were plenty of times where I was like, I just don't know if I trust you. Like real talk. And I think that if we can talk realistically about not trusting God, then maybe we may get somewhere a little further down the line that we can. So that picture was very real. God, I just don't trust you. And I've been in church all my life, and you know, I wasn't a PK's kid, but my uncle was my pastor. So I was all the time in church. I heard about God from an early age, started in church, youth choir, all the stuff, right? All the things, but I didn't know God, and so because I didn't know him, and just like anybody else, to be honest with you, if you don't know somebody, you ain't gonna trust them. If you don't know God intimately, but you know, okay, well, I know if I believe in Jesus, then I won't go to hell, and that's enough. Like you can do that, but when they start talking about all the other benefits of relationship with God, you're gonna be wondering, like, why is this not working? Right? Or you will feel like you're the only one that God won't do anything for, and that's just not true. So, one of the reasons that people and me struggled with trusting God is because I ain't trust people. Because those same people who said that they loved God and those same people who were, professing Jesus from the pulpit in their homes everywhere, bro, they were some of the most interesting people. And they were not trustworthy. And because they were not trustworthy, and that they said they had relationship, and we're going to use that really loosely, relationship with God, that how is it that God is trustworthy and these are his kids who are not trustworthy? And so it was like this contradiction that I constantly saw. And I was like, I'm good. Like, I accepted Jesus. I ain't going to hell. And I'm good with that. But I did not know that there was more to knowing God. Okay. So many times we will know God in our head, and we intellectually understand the scripture, and we intellectually understand that he is love and he loves everyone and all of that stuff. But when our lives, our situations, our families, our money start acting funny, then we like, yo, God, where are you and why is this happening? And because people have betrayed our trust, and because people have um said that they love God and shown something different, right? They like, I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God. And then you see what they do, and you like, what? Oh no, I don't want to be I don't want to be in that family. Right. And so then we attribute those same things to God. Say, hey, if you're here with me, so I can speak properly. And so what I found is that I just was like, I don't trust you, God. Like I believe what you're saying, and I believe all that stuff. At the same time, I don't trust you. Right. So we believe, and we do this in our everyday natural lives. We believe that chairs will hold us up. Okay. But if we're of a certain weight and we're in a little chair that seems flimsy, we believe chairs can hold us up, but not that one. Because we don't specifically trust in the strength of that chair to uphold us and keep us off the ground. We do that with God. God, I believe you that you could save me from hell, but all this other stuff that people say, no, I don't believe that. So I don't trust you. And then we basically project our mistrust of people onto God. And when that happens, Really what's happening is that we're missing out on the best part of knowing God in the first place. And so it's not about the church attendance, though that's good. And you should be somewhere who teaches you more about relationship with God more than religion, more than about the standing up and the sitting down and the reciting the these and the those. Because you can recite all you could recite the Bible backwards and forwards and still it never be in your heart. And so what good is that? And I want to encourage you that God is not people. God is not those people who hurt you. God is not those people who betrayed you. God is not those people who said one thing and do another. The cool part about God is that he can't lie. So if he says it to you, it will come to pass. Now, it ain't might not come to pass. It might not come to pass when you want it, and that is frustrating. But that has to do with trust. It has to do with learning who he is, learning that he is trustworthy. And that's something that comes with, okay, just like you do with anyone else, you give them a chance, don't you? If it's somebody that you just met, you want to trust them, you believe that they could be trustworthy, but you're a little leery, you'll give them opportunities. You'll even set up a test to see if they'll come through. God is not afraid of your test. God is not afraid to come through when he says that he's going to come through. Now, he's not going to come through on just what he's not obligated to fill anybody else's promise except for his own. That's also a whole different YouTube. But he's not obligated to fulfill anything that he has not promised. But everything that he has promised, he will fulfill because he is trustworthy. I know this because I had to extend what I call breadcrumbs, right? Because trust is a journey. Trust is a journey. It's something that you go, okay, I don't know, and I'm gonna try this out. I to be honest with you, when I surrendered my life to God, I gave him an ultimatum. That's why I know he loves me because who gives the creator of the universe an ultimatum? I do and did. And I was like, yo, either you show me who you are or I'm out. Like I had a whole list of stuff that I was gonna do. And I was very serious about that. Either God, you show me who you are or I'm out. And he did. And I was like, oh, you are real. Oh, wow, you are real. And as I learned more that he was really real and just wasn't this you know, mean father or someone who was sitting so far off from my life that he was just looking down at me. No, God is and desires to be very intimate, close to you, letting you know that I'm here with you at every turn. And so what I started doing was giving what I call breadcrumbs, right? I would give him a little bit and then watch to see what he did, right? If he said, I promise I'm going to do this, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm going to sit and watch and see. Like, first of all, who does that? I do. Because I do that with people. I give them breadcrumbs. I say, okay, I'm trustworthy. All right, I'm gonna give you something to be trustworthy with. And if they are trustworthy, yay. And then you give them something else. And if they're trustworthy, yay, and you give them something else. The same thing with God. And he is unbothered by you or me doing that because he knows he's trustworthy and he wants you to know that he's trustworthy. And so, what I want you to start doing is to put out breadcrumbs. God, here, take this one. You say you trustworthy, take this, right? Okay. And then he shows you he's trustworthy, take this, right? And just give him more and more until you realize, wait a minute, every time I give him breadcrumbs, he comes through. Every one of them he has come through on, no matter how big or small. Here's what I like to tell people: you give God a breadcrumb, and he's going to make a whole bread factory because he just doesn't do one little thing. He does a complete work with everything that he touches, including you. And so I wanted to talk with you just briefly tonight about this trust thing. God is trustworthy, and you don't have to think that you just got to lay down and, oh my gosh, and I'm so trusting, because you may not be trusting. You might have been hurt and betrayed, disappointed, right? Just rocked to the core by someone who said that they were trustworthy and they didn't come through. And what my challenge for you tonight is for you to offer God a breadcrumb. That's it. You choose which one it is. No matter how big or small, offer him a breadcrumb. And then I want you to ask questions. God, I'm going to give you this breadcrumb. Is this something that you could come through with me on? Because sometimes we are asking God questions and asking him to do things that is not in his plan for you to do, to have, to say, to be, to experience. And so I will talk about that later, but I didn't want to be on here really long. I wanted to just talk about this issue of trust. Trust is something that is so dear to everyone, and yet people are so afraid to trust. And I want you to extend a breadcrumb to the Lord and ask him, yo, can you, I'm gonna give you this because I want to trust you. I want to believe what this woman was saying. I heard her and I'm gonna try it. Here's what I'm very sure of is that God wants you to know that he is trustworthy and he will prove himself trustworthy as you continue to get into his word, listening to sermons of people who talk about relationship with God, not following denominational rules and all of that, who are talking about relationship with God, his nature, his character, and who walk it out in front of you, because that's important. That's important. I hope this has helped you. I'll probably be doing these once a week, just kind of talking about some things. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you do have any comments, make sure to put them in there because I will be reading them. And I hope you have an amazing day. Let me tell you who I am. My name is Lindsay Anita. I am the founder of the Love Warrior Life and the creator of the Love Warrior Academy, where people who are ready to heal, who are ready to understand and know their identity and assignment by God, who are ready for that, that's what I do. I'm a soul care practitioner who help people heal through the power of God's love from soul wounds and childhood traumas, heart hurts, so that trust becomes a natural thing, not because of people, but because of God. And I can only tell you that because, well, that was my life. That's what happened to me. And I can tell you on the other side of trusting God, my life is full. It's adventurous. I'm not even going to lie to you. Make sure to follow me and subscribe because I'll be doing kind of a documentary of what's going on in my life and how my what I call a Lindsay's love adventure with God is taking me already taking me to 2 countries this year, and I know that it'll be more. And so just come join me on that ride. I look forward to rocking with you, pouring into you, hearing from you, praying for you. Have an amazing evening. Oh, I forgot to tell you. If just so happens this sparks your interest, I do have something called the Love Detox that actually helps you begin to get rid of that static and that beef that you have with God to understand Him more, understand who you are to Him, and understand how he has created you. So if you would like to check that out, you can check it out at jointhelovedetox.com. Jointhelovedetox.com, and I'll put that in the chat so you can see it. It is 10 weeks of a good time. It's hard work, but one of the things that I know for sure is that when you are clear about who you are, when you are clear about God, and you're clear about who you are, your life begins to unfold. I'm a living witness of it. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing evening.